To IIT Delhi.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
So we'd like to know a few questions like what are the plans of Xiaomi India and to expand in India?
Okay, sure. Before I start, let me just say I'm extremely happy and extremely thankful to you guys because you invited me. I graduated from IIT Delhi about 13 years back, 2003. I did my BTech from here, mechanical engineering, from 99 to 2003. Very emotionally attached to this place, and I'm coming back after many years. So very happy. I'm feeling like a small kid running around, clicking all the pictures of this place. So thank you so much for inviting me. So I'm Manu Jain. I head Xiaomi's business in India. As you know, Xiaomi is one of the biggest smartphone brands in the world, one of the top five, and the leading smartphone brand in China. We started our business 2 years back when we entered in India. We mainly sell via online platform. So via Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal, Paytm, Shop, Tata Click, and through our own e-commerce platform, Me.com. We've become the third biggest smartphone brand in the country if you look at the urban India. About our plans, we'll continue to work on all four dimensions of our plan. The first dimension is our R&D or our software. So we have our own OS. So we have an R&D center which we are expanding to so that we can build many more features which are India specific. On the phone side, we are expanding our manufacturing facility. We already have one manufacturing plant in India. We are setting up a few more manufacturing plants so that we can increase the capacity in the country. We are building our e-commerce business, Me.com. Me.com has already become one of the top 10 shopping sites in the country, and we are expanding it further. And we are building our ecosystem business. So we're launching few ecosystem products, starting with air purifier, which will be launched pretty soon. In fact, within this week.
That's good to hear. And how do you see in the next 10 years how is the mobile industry in India going to transform in terms of technology and more players coming in?
Um, I believe smartphones are going to radically change uh, the way we work, any of us work, right? From any single parameter. If you look at just the internet penetration is exploding in India. 4 years back, it used to be 100 million. In 4 years, it has grown 4x to 400 million. And all of that growth is basically driven by smartphone. Um, Whether it is young people like you who are living in big cities, or even like much older people like 50, 60-year-old living in smaller cities, they're coming online thanks to mobile phone, thanks to smartphone. So smartphone will grow exponentially from 120 million this year, 130 million this year. It will probably go to like 250 million in the next few years, and everybody in the country will have a smartphone, and that is when India will truly become digital. Um, Everybody will have access to internet. Everybody will be shopping online. A lot of people will be shopping online. Everybody will be connected to the world, will be accessing social network. And the beauty of this is that unlike West, where people went from not being online to desktop to laptop to smartphones, in India people are completely leapfrogging. So people have just gone from not being online to online using a smartphone. So India will come online. India will come online using smartphone, and it will be a big radical change for all of us.
They are growing, and what is the reason behind so much growth? Also, the changing consumer behavior in terms of they're responding to the e-commerce boom in India.
Um, E-commerce is growing very rapidly. Interesting thing is when we started Jabong 4 5 years back, uh, a lot of people were not shopping online. Shopping online was still not considered very common. Uh, and if you look today, you'll see a lot of people, even not just in big metro cities, but even in smaller towns, people coming and shopping online. So why is this happening? I think there are 2 or 3 reasons for it. One, when people come online, one of the first things that the reason why they buy is because of price, right? People think online will be cheaper, and hence basically they go and buy. But that's not the main reason. That's one of the reasons why people come online or people start shopping, but that's not the reason why they continue to shop online. The reason why they continue to shop online from a long-term perspective is either convenience or availability. Just think about people like you and me who live in big city like say Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, right? For us to do shopping, we have to take out a car, we have to go to a local shopping area or a mall, we have to park over there, find something, and then come back. This entire process takes anywhere between like 5 to 6 hours. So unless you are in a mood to actually go and spend that entire 4 or 5 hours shopping, it's a big inconvenience. You can do all of these things in just 5 minutes if you go to any of the sites. Like for example, I shop everything online. I even shop my grocery online. Before, just to buy grocery, I used to waste 3 hours every week, every Sunday to buy something, right? Now that has completely changed. I do it in like 3 minutes. So that is one big reason, convenience. Second reason is availability. People in smaller cities, they don't have access to a lot of products. Like somebody living in a small town in UP, say Rampur, where my uncle lives, Rampur wouldn't have a lot of branded shops. They wouldn't have the latest Nike collection or latest smartphone brands, etc. Right? So for them to buy, the only option is go to a nearby big city, say Bareilly or Meerut or even maybe Delhi, and then shop online. So by going online, we are solving this problem of availability in smaller towns, and that's why people from smaller towns, rural villages, they are coming online and shopping online.
That's some insight in the e-commerce area. And so, how do you see Xiaomi India aligning with the Make in India campaign of the Prime Minister and the Digital India campaign?
So we are very much part of both Digital India and Make in India. On Digital India, we have set up an R&D facility in the country. Our R&D center is based out of Bangalore, and we are building features which are very, very India specific. Like one of the features that is now being rolled out is what we call as a recharge facility. So anytime, say suppose if you have a phone and you're running low on balance, and say a telecom player like Idea or Vodafone or Airtel will send you a signal message saying you're running low on balance. From the message itself, you can recharge your phone without going to any other app. So that's an India-specific feature that we are building. So we are definitely part of Digital India. We are even in a much bigger way, we are part of Make in India. In fact, we were the first major smartphone brand to participate in Prime Minister's Make in India program. We inaugurated our first factory exactly 1 year back, August 2015. This factory is in Andhra Pradesh, Sri City, and this is owned and operated by Foxconn. This is where we manufacture most of our phones. In fact, 75% of our phones that we sell in India today are made in India. And now we are working with our partners to expand both our current facility, also to set up new factories in the country. So very happy, very excited to be part of both these programs.
That's great, sir. That's some awesome initiative by Xiaomi India. Some tips for the budding entrepreneurs of IIT Delhi, something that you'd like to give them from your enriching experience?
Sure. So I was here for a lecture today in IIT Delhi. I basically thought a lot about what can I tell to the smartest folks right here. IIT Delhi basically attracts one of the best talent in the country. So all of you are like super smart, super intelligent. You will figure out what to do in life. There are a few things that I have learned, especially from a startup experience. Not so much in the corporate side, but at least on the startup experience that I would like to share. First is do something that you are really passionate about. This is something when I was at IIT Delhi or when I was at IIM Calcutta, I used to feel a lot of people having this peer pressure saying, I have to do this because this is considered to be good. Like I've got this rank and I should be studying say computer science or electrical because that's considered to be good. Or I have to get into this kind of an internship or this kind of a job because that's considered to be good. Good either by my friends or by my parents or by my professors or by my peer set, right? Don't do that. Do something that you are really passionate about and that's something that you find to be interesting. So if marketing interests you, go and take up a job in marketing. If engineering excites you or if building something from scratch excites you, go and work in an engineering organization. If you think you're good with numbers and Excel sheet and you would want to do something in banking, and then do something over there. But don't do it because others are doing it. Don't go for a slot zero job. Do something that you are really, really passionate about. Second, at least from a startup experience, if you ever think of doing a startup, trust me, there's one thing that you will require, which is perseverance. You will see a lot of ups and downs. A startup goes through like thousands ups and a million downs. But the key thing over there is, how do you come out of it? If you take any example, whether you take an example of Jabong, Xiaomi, any other startup, Flipkart, Ola, Uber, etc., you would have found they face a lot of issues, especially in the early days of their company, right? But what is not important is that they face issue. The thing that is important is how did they tackle with these issues, and you need to have a huge amount of perseverance. You need to come out of these issues every single time and then move ahead. So that's my second learning. Third, if I have the liberty of saying so, if you're really, really keen on startup, you need to be a little bit of pagal. You need to have a little bit of pagalpan in yourself. You need to think of doing things which are different and which others will basically say this is completely crazy. Like nobody else will think of doing something like this. Like when we started selling phones in India, everybody said that you are planning to sell phones online and you are planning to sell phones without any TV ad, any print ad. This is completely mad. Like you will never succeed, you will fail, and you will fail because Nobody else has ever done that. But that is one of the reasons why we became successful, right? Both in China as well as in India. So if you have to succeed, you have to do something that others will really think, which is crazy, something that makes you pagal. And if you're not doing that, you're not thinking radical enough in your startup life. So these are my 3 P's: passion, perseverance, and pagalpan. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm sure our students are going to, love these 3 P's of yours and going to learn from your experience. Thank you for coming to the Department of Management Studies, IIT Delhi. Thank you for being on our campus.
Thank you
It
so
was
much.
great having you here.
Same here. Thank you so much.